the torch. They lose themselves in the torch. And the Chacham tell us that when the Eden went to Golus in Edom, Shechina Yimoam. Why? Why did the Shechina come with them? Why did they go in Golus? Why did they go in exile? Why did the Yid go in a place where it's not his comfortable place? It's in order that the Gadim should be in a Tesef. What's that Gadim? That's not the regular type of Gadim. The food and drink that a Yid eats, that's Klippas Nega, and that should be elevated in Kedusha. And the Gillish is revealed. Through that, they become included in like a candle in the torch. It loses. If you ever put a candle next to a torch, you'll see that the fire jumps into the torch, actually.
You need Golos for that?
That's Golus means we come into the place of the Nitzutzes in order, the Shechina comes to the place of the Nitzutzes in order to gather them out. This is the pshat of this parasha. The Eibusha told Avram, who's Avram? Avram, the highest level of Chochmah, that he should reveal himself. It should be Mesak and all the Nitzutzes, they should bring them back up to their source. Until Avram was around, there was a Shvir Sakelim, there was the Ramabel, the world was chaos. Avram went out, which is Avram is the name of Gilui Shechina, Gilui of Avram, or any in the case of the Eibusha revealing himself, Shema, the Eibusha is revealing himself, which fixes up everything, it returns everything to its source. But Tzorech Liis Yedida Acher Yedida, there's many descents. Me Avram, B'chinas Yisei Abba, Ad El Oretz B'chinas Malchus Asher Areko, Pish Arab Agala Yischo Ba'atzmo, Claim Shat Tovul Deis Galos V'mitzvah Smil. That the Eibusha is telling him, you'll be revealed, Asher Areka, you're going to be shown through the mitzvah smil, and eventually you're going to have the mitzvah smil of Hoy Shimcha Avram, Avamin Goyim, you're going to be able to elevate all the nations. All the nations will be included in you. This is a descent, he's lowering himself down. He's Avraham. Comes out according to this way of learning it comes out that it's a descent. He has to lower himself down and come according to the Makabalim, and it can't be really the way he is. He has to limit himself in a way that they should be able to handle. And there he elevates them. But it's a Yidid, he's going out of his place. He's going out of his comfort zone. Okay, Lord. This hay that he got from Avram to Avraham is hay lo. What's this hay lo? That's Bina. What's this Bina? Why is it a higher level than Avram? If Avram is Chochmah, why is hey lo Bina advantage over Chochmah? It's echt keine Chiddush. So he says, by Zeir, it said by Ovid Alevihu that the Levi serves. He serves the level of who the Atik. That's what the Zeir says. Who is the level of Atik? Levi Kedim come from Chochmah and Levim come from Bina. Chesed and Gvura also connected with Chochmah and Bina. So it says that the Levi has to do with Atik. She's Galas Atik uber Bina dafke v'lei b'Chochmah. Because when you have the revelation of Atik, the revelation of Tainug is dafke in Bina, not in Chochmah. Chochmah nikra Eden, it's not there's the Eden, it's Tainug, but the Einsham is Galas Atik. Atik u'mokra Tanugim. But Tainug u'lamayla min ha-Chochmah. Chochmah Atik shin nekud, v'chis nekud ha'adayin lebol de Gilui. In the Chochmah itself, when a person only experiences the idea in a Nekuda, he doesn't have the Tainug in a revealed manner. They've been only through being in the Nekuda Beichol. When he comes down, the Nekuda in the palace, the Nekuda in the Avon from Bina. In the cave of Seviv Gever, which in a way, Bina is a Makabel from Chochmah. That's what's in the cave of the Seviv Gever, but it surrounds it, it gives it a kiyum, it gives it more than what it would have on its own. Shem Gabel Soros Atik, because it has the Soros Atik. And why is it taka that there's Oris Atik in the Makabel? How could it be that Bina, which is the Makabel from Chochmah, should be more and deeper, more to it than Chochmah? In order to come down, in order to explain something, you have to really have the thing much more better understood than if you learn it on your own. To understand this well, in Yiksiv, it said, he said 3,000 Mishal. And you know, what's the meaning of this, that he said 3,000 Mishalim? Even though he himself knows something, he still can't explain to someone else. Before he explains it, he has to think first to himself how and what he'll be able to explain. And to bring it down to lower things, the lower ideas. To have an example, and she find this idea also in simple things. And then he could explain it. And then this sort of to be living on his plane of ideas, that's not a big deal. But to be able to lower itself down, to see his idea everywhere, that's, you have to have a big chochem. Since he had bina, and give him a love madrege, 3,000 levels lower than him. His idea that he knew, he was able to lower itself down 3,000 mashal, 3,000 mashal, every mashal, the mashal, 3,000 levels. When you have to lower something down that you be able to think about it with all the details, it has to come from even a higher level than Chochmah itself. And only then could Bina come around. From Chochmah itself will never come out Bina. Bina is Galus Atik. Not only the source of Bina and the relation of Bina is coming from Atik. And only through that came the revelation of Bina with a whole Archov. Yeah, that was the word.
Here it says the Chacham does know it.
He knows, but he can't give over because he's what is Chasar Avona? He's missing the higher level of Avona.
Yeah.
But he's saying this also here. If he can wrap around his head around the Etzem Adovor, that's why he can't find it everywhere. He's moved there in his way of thinking. If he would able to, as they say, Afkan the Yes or Sabina. I don't know what the Afkan Chorot upon him. So it comes from the Keitshayut. He says, when is the Yud coming to Hey? The Yud is Chochmah. Hey is Bina. When does it come down? Only from the Keitshayut, the higher end of the Yud. Like he says here in Vurba Pardes, Shayud Yesh Lagimel Keitz. That's the Sofrim. Yeah, the Yud has 3 ends. Keitz Atacht and Nimshach Hey. On the lower end of the Yud comes out the Hey. I guess that's in the Ruchnis in Yon. I don't know. You write every time you write from a Hey. You write from the huh?
You're right.
You write it also from the
No. He's right.
You're right.
Okay, Tzatachten, yes, we can say Keitz Elyon. In this Keitz Tzatachten has this higher Keitz. The Nimsa. Yes, or it's Keitz Elyon bebina. In order to make bina, you have to have a higher source. You need the Zu. This is coming to conclude to answer what he started saying. You need the Zu. This the fact that Avram went and became Avraham, became a Mashpia, went out of himself. It's an advantage to himself. He got Keser. Therefore, Taki traveled. From Chazva Beiskil, Malchus, Milmato, This is what he mentioned right in the beginning in the Keppel. That's why did he travel? To bring down the Lakus down here is actually an advantage. It says,
He explained
both
about
Milamata. But then he says also you see, we find in the parsha that it's also Aliyah Milamata. Because first he said then it's Hashem Stam, which is higher than being revealed. I guess once you like every shuv brings a rotzi, I'm not sure exactly. What does this mean to us? In the Torah that we have down here is dripping down from Chacham Shalom. It falls down from Chacham from above. That's our Torah. But where does it come from? Chakim v'lo b'Chacham Yidiyah. Kihine Chachma Yena Ein La Asogah. The Chochmah, the Eibush is a Chochmah we should understand, not Shaykh. Ragdav can be slapshus v'dorim gashmim. Only when it comes to the physical things, then we have Takad Eibush is Chochmah. Shazai, Bilkichas, Esrig al derech Moshul. Me'ach sha'Chochmah l'ubeshes be'er, is a kila eiches b'Chochmah al Yena. When he has the Esrig, he's having Chochmah Yena, Chochmah Datzilus. V'hine, how does this Chochmah Yena come down?
So the mitzvahs of that are not Gashmis can we not understand.
kann man nicht verstehen. Teire Bechal kann man nicht verstehen, Kido. If I can verstehen the mind,
What is the mitzvah for the work?
because mitzvah is Teire. Teire mitzvah. What's Teire? The mitzvah. Mitzvah is the whole Teire is Pir Shabir mitzvah. That's the whole Teire. It's the Ratzal coming down here. Chochma coming down here.
So you do have a mitzvah, you have both.
Yeah. About Taracher is the case, I think he mentioned soon.
Do you have a sucker? Do you have mics? Do you have a sucker?
You have the thing itself. The husband's allein.
Alles ist selbstverständlich nicht.
What?
Essig versteht man, aber alles ist auch nicht. Aber das ist ein Gash, das ist nicht.
It says why the Abishah created the person, other magician, it says why they created two partsuf. Why they created together, not separate two people. It could have made other one chava.
Oh, the two parts of him together?
Yeah. Why he couldn't he make? Yeah, it says in Gemara. So why can't he make them separate two people? Steht all. There'll be a lot of fights. Like this way, there won't be so much fights. Anyways, whatever. Check it out. Yeah, so where are we holding over here? Who brings down the Eibishter's Chochmah into physical things? Why? The Eira Keser. That's through Keser. So in other words, not only do I have Chochmah Yen in the Esrig, who brought down Chochmah Yen in the Dover Gashmi? That's Keser. Where does it come down in a revealed way? It comes from Chochmah. Aval Mekeiro Lamailo. The Mocker of Tate is much higher than Chochmah. Shtarik mitzvah that I signed Rabbanim Terach Hamodeir. That's the 620 levels of pillars of light of Kesef. May Orchen Gelev. Nun is the Galgalta from the white lanes of the Gegelas, which that's Knes Kesef. Shumachs Din Sof. That's the reason why it's able to come down so low. In other words, Chochmah should come down, is coming from a higher level from Kesef. It's even higher. You have higher the Chochmah that Tzilus when you have down there the Parshas Kaddish in the Tefillin. Therefore, we find that you make a unity l'mayla in the spheres through physical things. And we see that we make a yichad in atzilus, which is higher than Gan which is only tiny on the shoms, which is in bria. And the lowest level of atzilus, that's the sheish of tiny of elam abria. I don't know what this means. I'm not sure what this means. Dal nice a hey. I'm not sure what this means.
Do it staka, no?
What's the
yeah?
Like so hey.
Like so, what's the dal geworden hey? And tzedek nice tzedakah. When you give tzedakah, I guess malchus becomes tzedakah.
Hey is mamshich, and Talit is not.
Hey is dam shoch after dam shoch. Yeah, he says over here. Adlika k'meshkos b'zeh adlika bilz d'char till it didn't get dam shoch from the zodat silas. It's called nar. It says in the Torah nar ksiv and nar kri. So it says adlika bilz d'char. It's a nar. And once it's kabel d'char, then it's called nar. It gets a hey. It's kumt up so. The yichud alim bekitz. Ich weiß nicht, was er sagt. Wir gehen in der Teil mal Avram shei Michael Erchim. At Shabbat Eretz Yisrael v'lei b'chutz la'aretz. Hagam shkohei ben ayin hey. Even though he was already 75, he did so much before he reached that age. But because whatever he did before he came to Eretz Yisrael didn't accomplish anything. It didn't make a difference to the Eibishter. Only once the Eibishter told Avram to come to Eretz Yisrael. The Maimer Zeh, with this saying, with this Maimer, then the Eibishter gave him this ability to come down. And then the Eibishter made, when the Eibishter told him, when the Eibishter told him to go down, to be in his gala, the Eibishter made that when he goes down, that's going to make a yichud alim. But the ultimate yichud of the Svir is not through Torah. It says Avram Zaken Yeshiv Yeshiva, Yitzchak Yeshiv Yeshiva. Avram Zaken Yeshiv Yeshiva. But it wasn't the Torah the way we have, right?
The Dvarim Gashmi was cancelled.
Right, it says the Dvarim Gashmi changed. He says, they made a preparation to Torah. The Rebbe speaks about it in the sixth of this week. in the Lech Lecha Tezvav, the Rebbe speaks about that that there's the three stages. There's Bereishis, Neich, and Lech Lecha. What was the Sich? Whatever. Yeah, but was nicht bewusst. But there's the Sich of the Rebbe that there's Bereishis is Milamayla Lamata. That the Eibush revealed him, the Eibush created worlds and everything. The Eibush created the world. And Neich is the Vedas Atachtim, but only how much he could do. And Avram connected the Amayla and the Mata. Therefore, he was able to elevate even the lowest people. He said that's what he asked for this day for the people that they should be elevated through the tzaddikim. But it wasn't the ultimate chibur of Elyenim and Tachtenim. The ultimate chibur of Elyenim and Tachtenim, as in Matan Teira, that even the lowest people, that's not shaykh to be elevated, should also have a connection with the Eibishter. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu asked for by the Chet HaEgel, that everyone should be forgiven, even if they did Avedas. That's what he says over here. Al derech what he says over here.
The ultimate of it.
The
ultimate.
Yeah. That's what it is. Al Kaponim, Achavis, was Achon Al Teire. The office made a preparation to Teire, because of the Teire, some be Yisrael, Aidei Yisrael. And the Teire was given through Yisrael, through the office. Starting from Avram in the Kadeh, Avram Nishuk Kav Yimin Chesed. Zawiyin Sefer Bereshis. This is the whole yin of Sefer Bereshis. Shem mitzvah Teire. There's no mitzvah of the Teire. Rak Parshas Avram, Parshas Yitzchak. Shem Kedem HaTeire. Ve'hei Mem Shem Shichu Liz B'chinas HaTeire. They're before Teire, but they're a preparation. Thanks to them, we have the Teire where we have now. Shmeis is Matan Teire. Shmeis is Parshas Matan Teire. Nicht der Onib. Fine. Okay. Ach, wie sehr... Oh, now the question. It's a love. Madul is auch ist all Kabbat Teire. Shoy we goes mit Tzrayim. The office did already enough. They did the preparation for Matan Teire. We should have given them the Teire right after the office. The Gam Eich Yochel Leises Kol Yichudim came Shenimel. How was he able to do all this yichudim before he was Gimal? The Torah speaks about Vayemer Avay Lavron Lechol Mi'artzecho. This was before when he was Ayin Shona. Kamil and Tleach Kach Shoy Ben Tzadik Tes Shona. Only when he was 99 he had the bris. Rak the Isa came Avram Kol Torah Kula. It says came Avram Kol Torah Kula. He did the whole Torah even before, and the question is weiter on this. Veich nicht viel nach nicht schon mit Mitzrayim. Was it ein neue Kal Goals Mitzrayim? Ach, be'emes, yesh pnimis v'chitzenius. There's inner dimension of Torah and the external dimension of Torah. Akim shalei hoi b'pnimis. He was at Avaviyir, and that was his level of Torah, of Kim HaTorah. Yem Ravaya, and his gal sam shochas in sof keser el, yem lamay lamata b'pchinas pnimis. Avshuchel is, like you mentioned before, that was in the pnimis part of the world. Avshuchel is gal's gam b'chitzenius, she bedover gash, b'klav gash, b'gil l'kus kanal, ein zeh derech ishtalshlos. That wouldn't happen through the greatest ishtalshus. Wouldn't be able to evolve and become into the Gashmi Mamish. Only through having hardships in the Elamaz, the Gashmi, that caused Naisis Galskins Lamayla Mishtalshus. Oh, Yuchalis Gal is Gam Lamata Mishtalshus. Kishom Mailamata Shovin. Because over there, Lamayla Mishtalshus, once they reach Lamayla Mishtalshus, they're able to, over there, Mailamata, there's no difference, Mailamata Kashech Keira. Gam Chochma, Kans Asi, Choshev, Kulam Chochma Sisa, Chochma, don't say Kulam Chochma Chokamto. It says Kulam Chochma Sisa. Why? Because Chochma and Asi are Beshov. Zeo, Ki Guli Arich, Makifim Ragle Asi. It says, Gulim of Arich, the Makifim of Arich, of Keser, and Makif, the lowest level of Metachas Reis Elom, that the Eibish's arms, so to speak, the Makifim are surrounding the world from Lamata. Hainsham Shokov is Gal from Imakavel in Akel Labya. Once you have this Amshach of the Malam Ishtalsh, all the Ishtalsh would say this word, Gam Dover Gashim, Beklaf Akadem. Only then, once you had the Malam Ishtalsh, then you were able to Mamshach the Eibish to even a physical thing. Avram, Lehim Shachrak Penis Primius, Milamaylo, Lochein Loya Adain is Gals Bemaisa, Mrs. Begashmius. Mamish, b'chinas chatzis. Akakim shlei kol hatera hoye b'chinas pnimis. So what Avram did was only the pnimis of the world. Not, even though we said before that in order to come down you have to have a higher level, but I guess in this guf there's madrigas, I'm not sure. Kshoy ben tzadik tes nitlei b'mato. Ah?
Chesed, it's all chesed.
It's all chesed, yeah. Kshoy ben tzadik tes nitlei b'mato mitzvahs mila b'maisa mamish. When he was 99, then he got the present of mitzvahs mila. B'maisa mamish, b'dei sheyulad b'mena, yivolad b'mena Yitzchak. Sheyotze mita acharkach Yankiv, Tomim, ubonov yikabel hatera b'izgalos chitzinis, mitzvahs maisa mamish. Then he got the mitzvahs mila in order to have a child which is pure, which that child will give birth to Yaakov, which his children will get the Torah. He wasn't totally pure. Oh, Zuch Leil Yankiv Tomim Ashikivu Bonam Ater B'Mitzvahs Mais. Which that's
He could have had the mitzvah a few years earlier.
he could have the bris. I guess he had to have his aveda. It wasn't to just come. He had to elevate first. Bichlal he came to the level of 75. Then from 75 till 99 he had his aveda of being vayimra vayalam lachom. He had to do nachol matenteda. And that wasn't enough. You had to have a bris. And also that is not enough because they had to go through Golos Mitzrayim by Moros Chayim in order to be able to elevate the Gashmi Mamish to be able to come Akeli. So he says, Harim in the Gulim was Moitzes Mais says Harim in the Gulim. Av Kunis Ketzenis Kol Neg Dela Ma'ala Mishtalsh Ma'ala Mata Akalchat. Gabla Ma'ala Mishtalshlis. Everything's equal. You can't say where you can exist, where you can't be. Zeh Hu Asonu V'Lei Anach. He says over here that it's supposed to say the first time with the Leah with a Vov. And then he says, "V'lei kri b'vov, v'chsiv v'lei b'alef." It says the Eibishter made us, and we belong to Him. And the ksiv is lei b'alef. So what's the pshat? How could it be that we should become His nation through Ishtalshus? Ishtalshus is not beged that are attacked the way we are should belong to Him. Who made us? V'lei, the level of Aleph, Aleph is Kesed. Aleph, Reshid Asm, Kesed. Aleph, the first of the letters, is Kesed. Like Dezi Yochlis V'lei Bevov, Anachnu Amei. Because who made, it's like a double. When you see the Ksiv and the Kri, it's like there's the double. You read both of them.
Yeah, the letters.
Yeah. So you have V'lei with Aleph, is Kesed making us, and therefore we can become His. It can come. Since it's come from higher than Ishtalshus, Emik Rumach and Emik Tachas are always together. The higher you are, the lower you can reach. Why? Because the only way that a Maisa mitzvah should have its impact, it should make yichudim through doing an action, is only because you have kesser. The first mitzvah starts now because kesser order milavnunis a kesser. Now he's going to conclude the whole thing.
You're saying that B'Chinat
Kesser.
It's like the Aleph?
The Aleph is
was in
Kesser,
the
yeah.
beginning of the alphabet?
Beginning of the alphabet, yeah.
Like the creation of the world, you're saying?
It's higher than the creation of the world. The creation of the world is the base. This is the Aleph, it's higher. And this is what it means. Avram was 75 when he came out of Choron. Regularly, in order to come from Mechet to Midas, you have to go through the Goret. When you come out of the Mechet and you didn't come to Midas yet, there's the Rebbe speaks about the Basel Yud Beis. So the order between Mechet and Midas, between the Ilah and the Ol, there's a hefsek. So that's considered Choron. When Avram was 75, which is 7 times 10, which that's Chtzenim. Heichsodom Kizptimis, Yotzo Mi Choron. I guess he was Mevar Alas Midas. So then he went out of Choron, Shabbat, of his Gals, Mechochem Midas. He came to this level of, he went out of the Choron, out of the Hefsek between Mechan and Midas, that was able to come down into Midas. Just like it says that the head of Esav was by the feet of Yitzchok. I think that's what it means, or eingewickelt by Yitzchok. Making Kedem Abiro, you late call about Avram Bigdusha. Before you find the silver, the gold. So the gold, so you have mixed into it different particles, different pieces. Not nothing exciting to have there. You want to take it out. That was late included in Avram. The late begin Matria 45, which is Achiraim the Shema. Achu Moker Chochmo bin in the clip. Chenika late Lashon Klol. So even though he's begin Matria Ma, but he's late Lashon Klol. Yeah, but he is Chayim Bracha Klol. It says Taya, whatever. Yeah. Late as Avram came to my beard. Before the beard, he was walking with him. Came out of him, which that's the in of Chochma and bin of Klippe. I guess Me'av is he's going to say it right away. From them, when the beard came out, Rusa Me'avia v'nama amenis. Ki Me'av Chochma the Klippe. Me'av is Chochma the Klippe. The Namo Lashon Ne'am Is Kishmak Bina is Galsatik Bina. And that's the in of Bina. But that's in Klippe. But they biror Yotzar Rusa me aviv and Nama Amen is Michachma Bina in the Klippe. Achra biror neither the Yogi late me Avram. After the biror, late was left without. Huh?
We're not going to test ourselves.
I'm not gonna make a test. Maybe Shmuel Shnei is gonna make a test. Yeah, Avram Avdikiv.
No, when we're done this mimer, he's going to do a short one next one. Nice Morgan lunch. It's going to be short and sweet.
Short and sweet. It'll be sweet. It'll make everything sweet. Yeah, now he's going back to the Pesuk. Yeah, Avram became Shechem. What's became Shechem? The shoulders, Kasvin, the shoulders, Chesed were the Nukve, the Chesed were of Nukve, whatever that means. It means the shoulder usually is connected with the Chesed Gvura. Every shoulder is a different midah. The Elin made it Tiferes the Nukve. Ki kol am shavas v'is gal say Avram Mamsh la Malchus min Seichel Anela mikol v'chein Omer Lu Yishmo Yichel Lefanecha. Since he was mamshich everything from Seichel Anel to Malchus, everything is mamshich al ha'aretz asher harak, like you said before. Lachid Omer Lu Yishmo Yichel Lefanecha. Therefore, he was able to say Lu Yishmo Yichel Lefanecha. Ki acha shenikra Avram behei. Through this, that was called Avram with a hey. Through this, he was able to be mamshich everything into Malchus because he had bina, the hay is bina, his galus. He's able to come down al ha'aretz. Everything should be included. This pasuk says nefesh asu is not so simple because nefesh asu they made them already in Chora beforehand. So what's the pshat? Whatever.
They learned the Lord along the way.
He did more on the way. Could be. He takes out the chulu. He doesn't say the word after that. Gam sorry, is nikra mikede, nikras mikede biyud made al tzimtzum. V'chag she's sich lahel des yitzchok is nikras behei. Barchov lahel is al amshach v'is gals. V'zau yigsham Avram b'shem Avaya v'yikra amshach mi Avram seichel nel amshach mi seid Abba la'es spheres the nukra nikra shem Avaya. So Avram came down to shem Avaya to the spheres of Malchus. The nekuda is that Avram came down and revealed himself into Malchus. Avram is Seichel Nel Mikol Rayin, which is the idea that Abe should wait for himself. And Alpha became, he lowered himself down to come down to us, to elevate us, that we should have a connection today. We gave weiter, sagst du?
If you want, if you could.
I'll try my best. I didn't do this. Nechim Wagenlach, this is what I did, and now what I didn't do. Nechim Wagenlach, Pirush, Mogen Avram. Now he's explaining why we say in davening Mogen Avram. Before we should say Mogen David, Mogen Yitzchak, Mogen David Zokentake. Mogen Yitzchak, Mogen Yankee, why dafke Mogen Avram? Oh, in the Nedish Avram Mubchinas Chesed Godel Ad Me'ed. Beli Shum Ineh. V'kulam Tevim Be'enov. Everyone's nice in his eyes. Everyone's good. He gives and everyone's good. V'rak Tev. It's only good. L'chein Amar Lo Yishma Yich Lefanecha. Shapir Sheyich La'ad Lefanecha. Shubchinas Ein Tzov. B'gvul. V'af al Pishu Yidei Ma'al Yishmael. Even though he knew who Yishmael was. Avke Mag Chesed God V'tuvei HaGod. Reitz Sheyichi V'leiz B'vad. Reitz Sheyichi L'chesed B'gvul. He wants him to live and not just Stam, he should live forever. This is what it says, Leik Avram Shiyotzim and Yishmael. The Yotzim, Achuz Reiv Chazdei. Why did Yishmael come out? Because he was so good. He was, he's looking too good, he's whatever. Avu Bemes, Ein Maroik, and it's not the right way to do it. Dehine, Bebis Mashiach, Dehine, Bebis Mashiach, Mitz Hashem, Ksiv, Bila Movas Lanetzach. Mashiach will come, then there won't be any death. It's Ruchat Omer Avin Orts. But the Eibush is going to take away the tumors, and take away the clip. It's a levar kol ram in haaretz. If the Eibush would conduct the world with this chesed of Avraham Avinu, which is all-inclusive, gives space for everybody, would never come to the level of Mashiach. Why? What's Mashiach? Here he's giving a kim l'ra le'elo. Lochim bo Yitzchok b'chinas din. V'av Yitzchok yotzim an ha'eis amachus dinei ha'kosha achar v'chatichya. Yaakov was mitos shleima, but Yaakov was Tiferes. So therefore, he was able. All his kids was good.
But you see from Ammon and Moav that you could bring.
It could be mevared from them something, but there's a lot of bad. You take one good thing in the the whole nation is going to say in the first. Yeah. Hine nee, dat je morgen niet dat we aan gasel en mos, we gaan niet morgen maar ze gaan bij shliyish all of cash. He covers himself over the shield that no arrow should get it. When except shem shmorgen avayelikim, that the Eibush and the sun and its shield is like Avayin Elikim Shekmeish Hashemesh. Im loy hoy leinatik loy hoy yichil mizbelei godel. If there wouldn't be a shield over the sun, we wouldn't be able to handle it. We would come in this battle. But not to come making shnuchelis, but we should be able to handle it. This is what it says. When Mashiach come, the Eish will take out the sun from its shield. But tzaddikim is hanim ba, but the Rishoyim nidenim ba. Tzaddikim will have a noah from it, and the Rishoyim will be punished by it. Why would they be punished?
Oh, it's like
Because there's no place for them.
in the Mashiach times.
Yeah, Mashiach's times.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. I
Yeah.
It was it's going to be a supernova of the sun. It's gonna become red, more bigger. It's gonna burn faster, and the heat from it is gonna heal the tzaddikim, and the reshaim it's gonna burn them,
And that's it. We're all going to become tzaddikim. Every morning, the chesed of Avram, which is the morning of Avram is shalt in that time. Chesed miserebel. Like it says, "Vayashkem Avram babeku." This is Zera Kodesh. Like it says, everyone you get excited to do what the Ibsha wants in the morning. Everything considers. The Ibsha wants to conduct the world with chesed. Times chesed v'tuv lost the tzimtzum. Meish tzorich rak lahachas aklipis nish tzichim b'shul sitter the gdush she'eshav chashech on herik yido. He says like this: if the Ibsha would give chesed like he wants to in the beginning of the day, and he wouldn't have a shield for this chesed to conceal this chesed, and to give it only in a matzumtzik way like you need to give life to the clippers only because you need it for a sitter the gdush in order to have his hab chashech on neiro. If it wouldn't be in a mitzumtzik way, then they would never be able to get rid of them. And the Eivish should have a shield on this Avram, on this Chesed that shouldn't go out. Making she hasn't making Levchinas Avram and all. Take us saying it's for our benefit that we should be able to be zech the time of Mashiach should be only good in the world.
So Magen Avram is not Avram. It's like the opposite.
It's
of
the
Avram?
opposite of Avram. It's the shield of Avram. I just don't understand how this fits with Lost of Kashbach. When it's Chamer Natika, Chore.
You're not going to need the Mogen, no?
Not going to need the Mogen.
Mogen Avram talks about now.
Today we need the Mogen.
Why not? Yeah.
Why not?
No, what's the problem with that shot?
Because then-
Because a Mogen means a shield.
No, I'm
You're not
saying
gonna
why
shield
is
Part of the pshat of Mogen Avram is v'hei bracha b'chol yichayis min v'leiban.
Right. Eindelijk Rashi.
Shkoyach, everyone, for coming. We're going to continue next week. We continue.